Hello YouTubers and welcome. Helmethead here again for another chit chat as we do. I was thinking today what we could talk about is adventure riding. Well, adventure riding more as in going on a trip, going on an adventure. It's quite essential, as I'm sure you can think and imagine for yourselves, that you've got to kind of prepare for these trips. I mean, you can't just jump on your bike and go, right, I'm going to go away for a couple of days and head out and stick a tent on the back and off you go. That's part of the fun, I absolutely get that, but for me personally, I like to have a bit of a plan. So I like to have a plan of where I'm going to be, where I'm going to stay, and some of the things I'm going to see on the way. But as I found out over time, you can over plan these trips. Now I've gone away before and I've said, right, I'm going to do like 400 miles and I'm going to stop at this place and I'm going to stop at that place and I'm going to have lunch here and I'm going to do this. I can quickly tell you that never works out. You literally go off, you think, right, I'm going to have a cracking time, I'm going to stop here first, and you go and meet your mate somewhere and he ends up being late, or you end up being late, or something happens or the route you're going on, a road's closed and you get diverted round. Hang on, that's the sat nav kicking in. And then you do sort of all those different things, but the thing is, you'll end up getting there and you'll hang on a minute, let's turn left here, let's turn left. Yeah, so your mate will end up being late. Let's go back to that. Your mate will end up being late, you'll end up being put back in time. You end up getting to your place you want to spend lunch in, that ends up being rammed, you end up having to look around and find somewhere else. It goes on and on and on and on and on, as you can well and truly imagine. And you end up finding out half that day you've got planned ends up being bombing down the dual carriageway to try and get to your destination at a decent time. Or you end up arriving there really late, absolutely knackered. So my key sort of plan to do is not to overdo it really, because I like to enjoy things. So, you know, probably plan 150 miles a day. You got yourself there a good 3 to 4 hours of riding, depending on the roads and things that you're on, and you can get off and stop and enjoy it. So you see that like nice viewpoint, and you go, right, I'm going to head over there. I'm going to stop. I'm going to take some pictures, and I'm going to stop here for a coffee because I'm a bit thirsty. And you got all day then, and do you know what? If you arrive at your destination and you pretty much think, I've got all afternoon to go, or you know, I've got a good few hours here, head back out again, explore around there, do something a little bit different. So that's sort of like my big advice when you're sort of planning that trip. And then obviously hotels are, in my opinion, again, important. If you want to save money, book them in advance. Go onto the website, shop around, look at the reviews. That's obviously massively important, the reviews. Don't just book blind, or turn up blind as such, like I've done before, and you get in and you think, oh my god, I've got to spend a night in this place. The review's pretty much a key. So check out your reviews, book your hotels in advance, save yourself some money. You know where you're going then, you've got your destination set. Now, one of the things I like to do, and one of the things I have done, is I've basically used the maps that you can download on TomTom and use their set routes. And it works out being pretty good, because they've done all the planning and all the hard work, and they tell the places to stop. And as you'll see in an upcoming video in the future, I've done exactly that. I've used routes off of a Adventure Rider website that's linked to TomTom. And I've read up on that, and I've decided where I want to go, and I've booked some hotels, and I've got a date in mind, and that's when I'm going to go. And that's my plan already set out then, and I'm doing it over probably an extra day more than I need to do it. So again, I've got loads of time. Doesn't matter if I get lost, doesn't matter. That's what part of the adventure is. You might go, oh, I've gone wrong, but you'll find some really cool stuff. Make sure, obviously, you pack all the things that you need. Now, don't overpack, especially on a motorbike. You don't overpack. You don't need 20 pairs of pants and 20 pairs of socks. Just think, I wear what I wear a day. And let's be honest, you might get to the hotel, you might get a shower, you might get changed again, so you might want to pack extra pair of pants and socks and stuff like that. But you don't have to. That's a choice thing, really. You could sit there and go, I'm going to have a pair of pants every day, and I'm going to pack an extra spare pair of socks. Yeah, you might get soaked. You might get absolutely drenched, and you might think, oh, I need more socks. Do you know what? There's a shop. There's shops everywhere these days. Go to a shop. buy an extra pair if that's what you need to do, but don't overdo it. What's the other thing what's important as well? Oh yeah, waterproofs. Now I found this out with a big old trip that I did, and I basically got across to France and I got soaking wet and dripped through and freezing cold. And my jacket, I thought, this is really cool. I bought this really cool wax looking jacket for the bike, and I I literally found out it's water resistant, not waterproof. So within about 15 minutes of a downpour, you get wet, and obviously when you get wet you get cold. So massive thing I learnt from that trip was buy yourself one of those all-in-one waterproofs, and get obviously a big size you can chuck over all your kit. Go an extra size up. Doesn't matter if it's loose, does it, as long as it keeps the water out. And then if you look out the window and think, oh god, that looks like it's going to pee it down, put it on. You've got nothing to lose. You don't have to stop halfway through. If you're getting a bit hot, take it off, pull over. Again, stick to the plan of not doing too many miles, and you're not going to have any issues because you've got all day, all the time in the world to get to this place. So that's massive as well, yeah, the waterproofs. And then obviously you've got to think about the style of riding that you want to do. Make sure that you've got your gloves on right. If you're having summer gloves, pack a thick pair of gloves, put them in your top box or in your bag, because you never know, it might get a bit cold if you haven't got heated grips. Or even a better idea that I've done in the past, I bought liners, and you put them on, it gives you that extra layer, especially if you get waterproof ones as well, because gloves eventually get the water through in a downpour. So that's quite key. And remember, you can ride any bike on an adventure, no matter what they say. There is creature comforts, and we'll talk about that in another video. But if you've got a Bonneville, you've got a little Honda, even like a little 125, you can still do it. Go out on an adventure, plan a trip, and enjoy it. Anyway, I've been talking long enough as per usual and rattling on, so I'm going to leave you to it. Do us the big old favour that you do. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, but give us a thumbs up, let us know, and a nice comment. That would be really nice, and I'll keep these videos coming. Thank you very much, and goodbye.